先日エンゼルスはフィル・ネビン監督を解任したと発表しました。約1年半にわたりエンゼルスの監督代行、監督としてチームを引っ張り、選手との対話を重んじ選手からの信頼は尽くしたわれていましたが、疑問視される采配などもあり成績不振により解任となったようです。FA となる大谷選手との契約や噂となっているトラウト選手のトレード話はどう影響するのでしょうか。エンゼルスの今後についてインターネット番組で議論されていました。
All right, let's chew on this. We just learned it's Greg Amsinger with Chris Young, Cameron Maben. Phil Nevin was put in a very difficult spot. Then Perry Manassian was put in a very difficult spot. How do you deal with the Ohtani sweepstakes? Do you trade him? Do you detonate? Do you hold on? Do you buy? This season was as rough as it could be ever become. Phil Nevin, he's going to wear this, but I don't think Phil Nevin did anything wrong in where the Angels season ended up going.
I think the Angels have been a product over the past, as far as I can remember, on just how they're constructing their team. And I feel like at some point, yeah, we had Ohtani, but you have to go after top front of the line pitchers. And it seems like every offseason it's the decision of the Tyler Anderson. I had some questions about the Anderson. I can go back to Noah Syndergaard or Matt Harvey or all these type of decisions to where you really need everybody to come in and hit their ceiling for you to go out there and really go after a division, in my opinion. And I think moving forward with the Angels, you really have to reanalyze how are we evaluating these guys, how are we deciding who we want to give these big contracts to. I mean, you got the Rendon deal out there still. I mean, you're about to lose Ohtani. You have Trout, to where now there's a big decision on, okay, we're changing managers. We're losing Ohtani potentially. Now, who are the Angels going to be moving forward? What do we do with Mike Trout? How do we make a decision on who is best to lead this next new young core of players that we have? You have some young studs over there, Shanwell and Neto and Adele. You have some good players over there to where you can build around those guys, but
O'Toole, the catcher, is outstanding.
Yeah. You have some good pieces over there, but you need to figure out what direction are the Angels going right now.
And if you want to keep Mike Trout, if you don't want him to say, you know what, trade me out of here, Mike Trout's going to have to determine who he wants to manage him in Anaheim. If he's staying with the Angels, he's going to have a major say as to who is the next manager. True or false?
Well, I think it depends on what they really want to do with Mike Trout. I think, the amount of injuries that he's been riddled with, I think when you look at what happened this year with Ohtani, are they in a situation where they go to Mike Trout and say, hey, can we put together a possible package? I don't know what's in Mike Trout's future. I know what he said, but for me, I think, yes, when you have a superstar like him, Ohtani is possibly out the door. I think you definitely have to have these conversations. For me, like CY said, I go back to some of the decisions they made in the past. When we talk about arms and Anthony Rendon, there's never been an acquisition where it was like, yes. It was like,
Right.
He said, even last year, Tyler, it was. They have to go get guys that can get out. So you have to go get guys, like he said, front-end starters, back-end bullpen guys that can get you out. And that has nothing to do with Phil Nevin not being able to do his job. And the amount of injuries, I don't know what's going on. It's been going on for years. The amount of injuries that piles up for the Anaheim Angels is unbelievable. Even when I was there, I think it was, 2017, there were over 17 injuries, and that continues to happen each and every year. And I just think that doesn't have anything to do with Phil Nevin.
Phil Nevin was a rookie manager, okay? So to me, if they hold on to Mike Trout, they have to bring in someone that Mike either really likes or isn't a rookie manager who's done it before. Because if you're holding on to Mike Trout, you're in win-now mode. You're going to expect Anthony Rendon back to play third base, and you're going to add pieces in the starting rotation, so you're going to want a manager that's done it before. But if you trade Mike Trout, then you're going to go with a rookie manager, someone that's going to grow with the young players that we just mentioned. I think Mike Trout will have to be decided first before the next
But the thing is that there is no decision about what we do with Mike Trout. This is Mike Trout's decision.
Exactly.
This is not,
it is a decision. Do you go to him, you say, hey, again, it's his clause, right? He can say, okay, yeah, I'll say I want to go to this team, that team. So what if he does? What if this offseason comes up and he says, hey, guys, I do want to flex that option. I do want to give you guys the opportunity to get some pieces in, which they desperately need some pieces. They don't have one of the best farm systems. We know that it's been struggling for seasons on season. So they do have the option to give him that option. And that's where for me, it's hard for me to answer that question until we know really what Mike Trout wants to do. He seemed really uncertain in that last interview
Right.
at his locker. It just didn't seem like he really knew. He said all the right things, and that's what Mike Trout does. He's a professional. But what really happens with him?
But
this
as an
offseason?
organization, you can't let the one player determine what direction you're going. If you're going to keep Mike Trout, if you go to Trout, he says, no, I love it here. I want to be here for my entire career. I want my jersey to go up in the rafters. I want my statue out front. I'm going to be an Angel for my entire career. You still got to decide, okay, maybe we're rebuilding with you here. Or maybe
He's got
we're-
full no
or maybe-
trade, CY, so he
That's what I'm
can make
saying.
that determination.
That's what I'm saying. If he decides that he doesn't want to go anywhere as an organization, you still have to decide which direction you want to go with him being a staple in there.
Right.
Hey, Trout, I'm just letting you know, we're about to rebuild, though. Or Trout, okay, now we're going to continue to go after pieces, and try to figure out how to turn this thing around quick. But the West, as Cam said, is not getting tough. I mean, it's getting tougher. The Mariners are going to continue to ball out. The Rangers are in there. The Astros are in there. So what can the Angels do right now in the short term to turn things around? I don't know how much they can do to quickly turn things around that fast to supersede those
The other
guys.
thing to keep in mind, Mike liked Phil Nevin. They had a great relationship. Mike Trout liked Phil Nevin, supported
Phil
him
Nevin
when they
is
were
a player's
struggling.
type of guy. He really is. That's why it's like you said in the rookie manager. I just don't know if they have a direction right now, and it's hard for me to see Mike Trout wanting to go through another couple of years of this.
Again, major news, Phil Nevin out as manager of the Angels. Perry Minasian will remain as GM of the Halos.
大谷選手とも良好な関係を構築し、試合前後のインタビューからも選手をしっかり観察し選手を思った言葉が多く、人格面で素晴らしい監督であると思いました。しかし新人監督として就任し1年半でエンゼルスというチームをまとめ上げ強いチームにするのは荷が重すぎたのかもしれません。おっしゃっていたようにエンゼルスのこの成績はネビン監督の責任だけではないと思いますが、来季以降はどのような監督を招聘しどのようなチーム作りをするのでしょうか。1年半本当にお疲れ様でした。またどこかの監督として就任し采配を振る姿を見せてください。